I saw this. Getting into gaming news, man. Who remembers Hyperscape? Who remembers Hyperscape? I remember Ubisoft gave me and Ethos early access to Hyperscape. It was a BR game, and it was actually one of my favorite. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was actually one of my favorite when it came out. It just felt so good. And then like a week into its life cycle, they made like some significant changes to time to kill. And I just felt like it just went all downhill after that. So literally after that, man, like the game just quickly died, and then the game ended up shutting down. So I was like very sad. I ain't gonna lie. I was very sad. But this person here, Fierce, I'm guessing that's how you say your name. So he posted this the other day, and he says, Hyperscape Revival. Game feels exactly as I left it. Perfect. Single player works for now. Will be a while before anything multiplayer works. Could be months or even years. Early alpha / private for now. Reach out to me if you have reverse engineering experience and want to help. So this person is trying to bring back Hyperscape. So interesting. And then this follow-up tweet said Hyperscape is coming back to life. An overseas volunteer project called Hyperscape Revival has been launched. Battle Royale FPS developed by Ubisoft, released 2020. That's crazy, man. It's been 6 years. Server shut down April 28th. So damn, it actually lasted 2 years, way longer than I thought. But the game just died, man. We just stopped playing it like super early. So it features fast-paced gameplay with up to 100 players. Single player mode is already working. Multiplayer expected to take several months more to implement. So this is interesting, man. And this is even more interesting given the fact that, and we're going to talk about it literally right after this, but the whole controversy on Highguard and Marathon and Horizon. Would people actually play this game if it did come back? That is the main question. Because me, I'm not into BRs anymore, but would I give Hyperscape a legit shot? I don't know. What about G? Yeah, I don't know. But watch the video though. It's very interesting, man. But it looks so good. I ain't gonna lie.
In free roam, you can explore the city at your leisure.
Oh my gosh.
Ready to start, contenders?
No way. We are so back. Wow. Amazing.
Like, man, the sniping. Oh my god. The sniping was so fire on this game.
It feels so darn good. Oh my gosh, man. The game just feels so darn good.
Mind trick.
Oh my gosh, dude. It feels just as good as I remembered. This game is amazing.
Mind trick. Right. Time to.
So that's that, man. That's that. So as I said before in the tweets, it's single player only. So the single player is just literally target practice. But man, yeah, it brought me back, man. Even though it's only 6 years, that was some nostalgia, bro. That was some nostalgia. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not in the BRs anymore, but it looked good, man. It looked good. I was actually quite sad that like the game got to the point where it just like they made literally one patch, bro. One patch, and it messed up, it ruined the whole game. And that was from people crying, bro. Like, I don't know why people were crying about the TTK when the game first came out. And then they made that one change to the TTK and it literally killed the game, bro. It literally killed the game. It was wild. What up, Sally? So, man, it was fun, though, man. I remember when Ethos got on the clip when they were, like, showing the game. I mean, we saw it early and we got to play it, and the game launched, and Ethos was on the last clip. Man, that was dope, bro. But we had legit fun, bro. We had legit fun. So we'll see what happens with this, but that's very interesting that like somebody or a team is trying to bring it back. I just don't know how the general public will feel about it, especially since it's a BR game. And we're constantly talking about these multiplayer games, these live service games. Will they be able to take your precious time away from you that you are already spending on other live service games that you're already physically, mentally, and financially invested in? That's always going to be the question. You know, it doesn't matter how good that a game might be, you still have to be able to do something spectacular, especially in this day and age where you have games that are over 10 years old. You have to be able to do something spectacular in order to take away from someone's time, which is very precious. And they're spending a lot of time on these games, man. You play one game for 10 years, bro. That's just insane to me. If you play one game for 10 years, not even saying just consecutively, but if you consistently logged in at some point for 10 years, like insane. And absolutely insane. I would love to see like some people Steam and like look at some of these games and see how much time that y'all put into it, bro. Because I mean, I thought I was crazy back when I was playing like Smite and Warframe. You know, all the OGs remember. All the OGs remember when GI was high on Smite. That was like during the Hitbox days when we were live streaming that and Warframe, bro. Put so much time into those games. And I thought that like over 200, 300 hours was a lot. But these people have thousands upon thousands of hours into these games, man. Insane. Insane. So I thought that was interesting. But let's talk about Highguard. This is like fresh off the presses today. The Highguard website is down. The Highguard website is down. Again, speaking of live service games. And I was like, well, let me check. I looked it up. Highguard. It says site unavailable. You click on it, and there is the official site unavailable message. Not a good sign, y'all. Not a good sign. I'm just going to hope for the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna hope that the site is just under maintenance, but not a good sign, man. Not a good sign.
This shit gotta stop. It's never gonna end.
So I'm just gonna go hope for a Highguard and a Highguard team that like this isn't the end, but we kind of seen the writing on the wall already. I said on the pod that especially after they laid off the majority of their staff, I'm like, what's the point of me even continuing to try to play this game anymore? What's the point of me continuing to try to play it? So I uninstalled it. I was like, I'm not gonna have time for it anyways because I'm playing Neo 3, Yakuza Kiwami 3 is out. End of the month we got Resident Evil. So February is already a very busy month. We got the marathon beta that's coming up, like the Server Slam. It's so much stuff that I wasn't gonna have time for Highguard anyways. Elsa is out on Marvel Rivals. I still haven't played her yet. So much to do, bro. Not enough time. So again, my time is not going to be invested in Highguard. So, and I think the rest of the cast is, you know, we're like, man, I think it's time, bro. I think it's time, bro. I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to hold on to it. But I just don't want to see it die like this. I think that again, they just didn't get a fair shake, bro. I don't think that they got a fair shake, dog. So, like I said, that's the part that I'm more sad about. If they didn't get a fair shake, in my opinion. But to continue on this is from the 12th. But anyways, I do want to talk about this. The laid off, I can't speak, laid off Highguard tech artist reflects on the game's launch. So, Josobel, which apparently he deleted his Twitter. I was like, man, it's bad, man. But no, this wasn't the one. No, it was another one. Sorry, this wasn't the one. It was another article about Highguard, and it involved an artist who was saying that they were the only person on like on the microtransaction team, and they were talking about, they shared some, actually, is it here? Nah, it was another tweet. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can possibly find it. but they were speaking about how they showed like some concept art of some characters. Yeah, this is the one here. So, Highguard lead character concept artist Christina Ferrez revealed that she was the only character concept artist. Like, that's crazy. The only character concept artist, and had to lead the microtransactions team at the same time. Do you know how taxing that is, bro? And they only had 2 to 3 weeks to design a character and lead the microtransaction team, and within those weeks, which was very challenging for her. I did not. Oh, never mind. It was only thing. So the person said here, Christina, being the only character concept for the project and managing microtransactions was a huge challenge for me. Most of these characters were designed from beginning to an end in 2 to 3 weeks max, bro. 2 to 3 weeks max that's insane. That's like just I don't even. You legit can't. You legit can't. 1 week for exploration and reference gathering, 2nd week for concept refinement, and another extra in case there's props and attitude sheets to do. Within these weeks, I had to take time from the character to lead the microtransaction team. Why did y'all not have somebody else to do that? I don't get it. What up, Lunchpack? What up, Lunchpack? So in reality, time was spread thin. Luckily, there was a clear vision for Onyx from the beginning. And then they shared some of the concept art here. So that's some of the concept art. And then this was another character, Onyx, who apparently it sounded like they were ready to go. Sound like Onyx was ready to go, but this wasn't a launch character. And then Koldo was another character that they had a concept for. So interesting, man. We're going to continue seeing news about Highguard from the people that got let go. It sucks, man. People that got let go, the people who are still on the team. It's just not like morale is dead, bro. I'm sure morale is dead at Highguard. At Wildlight, man. And again, I just feel like they didn't get a fair shot. Like I said, we can blame Jeff all we want, but TBA said it, I think he said it really, really antiquely on the pod. He was like, it's Wildlight's fault too. It's Wildlight's fault too. They could have done things differently. Instead of like going completely radio silent after the Game Awards reveal. Maybe they should have told Jeff no to actually showing it. I mean, it could have been some different thing that they could have done too. It could have been some different thing that they could have done. They maybe should have given it some more time to cook in the oven, had a proper beta. You know, there are things that they could have done. So my issue with Highguard Discord is how disingenuous people were yeah, exactly. And they're doing the same thing right now for Marathon and Horizon. Again, yeah, no, we probably didn't ask for that Horizon game, but Marathon, people are pushing back on Marathon. When they were initially crapping on it, I think people have seen the light and they're legit giving it a shot. And I said on the pod that I wasn't really interested in Marathon either, because I'm like, Arc Raiders and Marathon were way too close together, and I'm not a fan of extraction shooters. But Marathon is doing something different in my opinion, because I don't care what anybody says. I don't think you ask anybody who plays the Arc Raiders religiously what the hell the game is about, and they probably couldn't even tell you. But Marathon, I feel like they're doing a greater job at like actually sucking me into the game, with the lore and the story. And that's what I care about most. I'm like, if I'm going to play this gameplay loop constantly, then I want to at least be able to have a purpose as why I'm playing this game and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't want to just blindly play the game and be like, oh man, for the lulz, for the grifts and stuff like that. Like, I'm not a trash talker. I'm not the biggest fan of like the PvP and that, but I get why it's there. So I want to have a purpose for playing a game. So that's just me. I just want to have a purpose for playing a game. That we should have beta or something that could help people. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I wanted to show that for Highguard. I wanted to show that for Highguard. So it'll get Bungie got really good gunplay. Yeah, Bungie has good gunplay too. They have good gunplay. All right, more gaming news. Steam Deck is out of stock in the US, bro.
You what?
It's out of stock in the US. So shout out to people that got a Steam Deck. I got the Steam Deck OLED. I love it, even though I haven't really played in a while. I wish the Neo 3 was Steam Deck certified, but it is not right now. I feel like that would be a great Steam Deck game to play, but it actually plays like crap right now. But I have used my Steam Deck extensively, especially when I had my baby boy, because that was the only game of time I could get for a while. So I love my Steam Deck and everything that it can do. But it's out of stock right now in the US, man. And guess why it's out of stock? Because of the wham. Because of the wham. Every time, bro. Every time. This RAM stuff is getting on my nerves. I'm sure nobody is happy about this, especially in the gaming and the tech world, bro. Like every goddamn time, bro. RAM shortages, RAM shortages. So to read this article here, Valve has posted a warning on the Steam Deck website advising prospective buyers that the handheld may be intermittently out of stock in regions around the world, so not just the US, around the world, due to ongoing memory and storage shortages. This follows the revelation that the popular handheld was sold out in the US, a situation exacerbated by those same technical shortages. So it said also in December, Valve quietly ended production of the LCD Steam Deck, which is that's fine, because they don't need to make those anymore. They just keep with the OLED, bringing the end to the cheapest version of the handheld. But I mean, if you did one for cheap, then I guess you can still get that one. Once the stock of that device had been depleted, no more will be made available. I wonder what somebody pay if I sold mine. I'm not saying I necessarily want to, but would somebody pay big money for it? Steam Deck suffered from shortages. If you venture onto the Steam Deck website operated by Valve, you'll be greeted by a message warning that the Steam Deck OLED model, both the 512 gigabyte and 1 terabyte, may be out of stock intermittently in some regions due to memory and storage shortages. Let's do that real quick. Steam Deck. I want to see it for myself. Let's see here. All right, bye now. Yeah, everything's out of stock right now. Everything is out of stock. Yep, Steam Deck OLED may be out of stock intermittently, some reasons due to memory and storage shortages. And then the Steam Deck LCD 256 gigabytes is no longer in production, and once sold out, it will no longer be available. So eBay, if you really want one right now, eBay is going to be your friend. But I would love to know what those prices are going to look like now, man. And this is also not a good sign. This is also not a good sign, low key, actually high key now, for the Steam machine. Also not a good sign for the Steam machine, as we've been constantly seeing rumors on. We still don't even know what the price is going to be, but I think that's going to get delayed too, man. Unless for some reason Valve has a surplus of RAM and storage that is just dedicated to the Steam machine. That could be possibly why this Steam Deck situation is happening right now. So I hope they have a plan. But it's not looking good right now. Industry can't regulate the RAM usage. How RAM messing up? Yeah, never mind. Yeah, yeah. What a line of Rich USC. So I wonder if Raw, Ally, I don't know. But yeah, I wonder about those too. I would assume they would be having the same issue, Venus. I would assume they would be having the same issues, because it can't just be Valve. Valve ain't the only one that's having RAM. It's affecting everybody. So say, take care of your Steam Deck. They ain't replaceable. Yeah, so it's home for Steam Deck 2 announcement. Yeah, everybody's waiting for a Steam Deck 2 announcement. But the Steam machine came instead. And yeah, if this is happening with the Steam Deck OLED, we ain't getting no Steam Deck 2 announcement anytime soon. I can at least say that, man. He said, seen the Highguard website. Yeah, we literally just talked about that, Lunchback. Literally just talked about that. Yep, literally just mentioned it. So, man, not good. Not good. So, yeah, man. Preserve what you got now. Preserve what you got now, because either you're going to be paying a premium, or you're just not going to be able to get anything. So, gaming is going to be in a very weird spot, man. Gaming is going to be in a very weird spot. Don't be expecting any upgrades anytime soon. Speaking of that, speaking of the Steam Deck, the PS6 said cause like I swear the number just keeps going up on the year. The PS6 may be released as late as 2029. So don't be expecting anything anytime soon. PS4 players, please get your PS5 now. Just go get it. I'm tired of y'all, bro. Just go get it. And hold on to it. As long as you've been holding on to the PS4, you might be holding on to your PS5 even longer than that. So don't be expecting any PS6s anytime soon. The news just keeps coming out, man, that the PS6 might not come out 2029, 2030. So again, can we guess why? It's sad. I hate to be laughing at this, but it's laughable and sad at the same time. But why will we be having these delays on the next PlayStation? Because of Wham. because of chips, because of storage, just everything, bro. Everything. This sucks, bro. This sucks. Says storage of memory chips impacting the game industry significantly. We've already seen GPU manufacturers raise prices or even discount certain products. It seems that the impact will reach next-gen consoles as well. We keep telling y'all, for anybody who is still under the delusion that consoles are not PCs or don't have some of the same parts, where you been, bro? Where you been? Oh, this is only going to affect the PC players, man. I ain't worried about that. I ain't making me a PC. Dude, just being dumb. It's affecting y'all too, bro. It's affecting everybody. Everybody. PCs, consoles alike, bro. It's affecting all of it. Like, there aren't imaginary parts in consoles, bro. They're all the same. They're just smaller to fit into the very small form factor. Obviously, you're not getting the freaking 5090 in the PS5, but it's still a GPU at the end of the day. It still needs a CPU. It still needs RAM. It still needs storage. So please, let's catch up, bro. You don't need to have you don't need to be a super intellect in order to understand that. So say RAM price increase with the later next gen console of PlayStation, and it says here that again this is not set in stone, but they're saying that the PS6 could be pushed back to 2029, and the Switch 2 prices may also increase, which I don't even think that's a may at this point. The Switch 2 prices will increase. I ain't even gonna hold y'all unless Nintendo again has a surplus of parts. The Switch 2 price is probably going to be increased as well. So, the Bloomberg report states that people familiar with the company's thinking have revealed that the Sony group has also pushing back the debut of the new PlayStation consoles to 2028 or even 2029. That's not all. People familiar with Nintendo's plans have also stated that the company is also contemplating raising the price of the Switch 2 in 2026, which is this year. However, not this only, Nintendo has officially commented on these plans. When discussing the impact of memory prices on current gen consoles, Nintendo has already stated they will carefully evaluate Switch 2 prices and rising memory costs, which they've been already announced that. Sony, on the other hand, has said that the PS5 stocks won't be affected by memory shortage until the end of the 2026 season. So again, PS4 people, if you don't have a PS5, get it now, because then the price is going to go up, and I don't want y'all to have yet another excuse as to why you haven't upgraded. But please do it. Sony has been urging you to do it so much, in fact, that in the UK they freaking got leasing plans on the PS5, and you don't even own it. We talked about it on the pod, but that's absolutely ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. At the same time, PS6 and PlayStation handhelds are claimed to have impressive memory specs, so Sony seems to be in a pickle for their next gen console. So there y'all go, man. So the PS5 thing that Switch gonna be tight. Yeah, the only positive thing to come for this will be optimization. I'm hoping that will be a positive. Yeah, I'm honestly hoping that will be a positive. That, like, now that y'all have more time to, like, actually work with the hardware that's in front of you, maybe we can get some actual better optimization on some of these games, especially if you're making games for every single platform, and you gotta obviously prepare for the lowest common denominator, which is whatever the weakest console is. So that's that. Other news here: Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. I don't know if anybody has played this. I remember TBH, he was like, "Man, I'm playing this with the controller on my backbone." I'm like, bro, why you doing that to yourself, man? But it wasn't Warzone Mobile. It was just a regular Call of Duty Mobile. But Warzone Mobile is going offline in 2 months. Activision officially sunsetting Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, and they said they're going to go offline April 17th. So for anybody who may be sad about this, I don't know, and the one or two of you all, it's closing down another couple months, so I guess get your gaming in. The game was officially removed from stores in May 2020. Dang, I didn't know they did that. Following several server changes, including an end to delivering new seasonal content and gameplay updates. The final step is underway, and the game will go offline April 17th, and Activision thanked the players for their passion and feedback. They said, and I'll quote, "We are deeply grateful to the community that supported Call of Duty Warzone Mobile and to developers who brought the experience to life. Player passion and feedback continue to shape the future of Call of Duty franchise, and we look forward to delivering meaningful seasonal content updates to Call of Duty Mobile." So there you go. So Warzone Mobile went live March 21st, 2024. and it recently launched its first season titled Frozen Abyss, and that debuted January 14th. Said it had new rewards earned across a variety of events, including a Street Fighter themed event. I think I actually remember that one. So there I go. So the question, what you think about tomorrow? November? He said, I hope they add bubble wrap. Yeah, exactly. I hope it does soon. All right. In good news here, Crimson Desert devs say that premium price avoids transactions.
Excellent.
Let's fucking go!
Bang, bang.
So shout out to Will Powers. Shout out to Will Powers. That man has been on a generational press run about Crimson Desert. Well, Pearl Abyss, the official company that makes Crimson Desert, stated that Crimson Desert's premium price is not something for microtransactions. Now I know what you may be saying. Yeah, are microtransactions not really in single player games? Yeah, Ubisoft would love to have a word with you. Ubisoft would love to have a word with you on single player games having transactions. So let's not, again, be in this delusional mindset that single player games don't have microtransactions, because for damn sure they do. Obviously not as many as multiplayer games, especially the ones that are free to play, but single player games have had microtransactions. So Pearl Abyss is saying, hey man, like y'all gonna be paying this money. You're not gonna get any microtransactions here. So I know this may not be huge news, but it's already good for them to just put the line in the sand and saying, hey, we're not doing this to y'all. We're not doing this to y'all. So doing a new interview with Drop Frames, Crimson Desert PR director Will Power addressed some microtransactions and said that he can definitively say there's no cosmetic shop, because that's where the microtransactions for single player games mainly come from, unless it's a pay to win. Want to go to freaking WB games and I can't even think of the name of the game, but that game it'll be in freaking pay to win. So again, I ain't saying that hasn't happened before. It said this is made to be a premium experience that you can buy, you can enjoy the world, and not something for microtransactions. The PR director included, this is the premium experience, this is the transaction, full stop. So when you're paying for the game, you are getting the game and everything that they have to offer. There is nothing extra that's going to be added. And I would assume the only thing extra that there could possibly be, especially depending on this game's success, will be DLC or an expansion. So other than that, no other nickel and diming in the game. So again, shout out to Will Powers. Shout out to the team at Pearl Abyss for caring about the people.
Excellent.
Amazing. Final bit of news that I have for y'all. God of War Sons of Sparta received harsh comments from the OG creator. What's going on, man? What y'all beefing for? Dave Jaffe, man, has been it's been so like hit or miss in my opinion about him. So hit or miss about my opinion about him. I mean, obviously, you created such an iconic franchise, but sometimes Dave Jaffe just be he be off the rails, bro. Sometimes he be off the rails. I ain't even gonna hold him, bro. I can't defend him sometimes, man. The creator of God of War series has shared his views on the recent release on the Sparta title, and it's evident he is not pleased with the game. I know, man, like, especially if you created something like that's your baby, you're not making a game anymore, and then they decide to do something else that you're just like, why? I do get that part. So let's see what else he said. Fans of God of War franchise had an exciting state of play event. Yeah. So, Sparta by the Gamer, God of War series creator David Jaffe has gone off on Sons of Sparta on 2 separate occasions. Dang. The first time was playing the game for just an hour, which you said, space. So we end up saying things like, this is not God of War. Who the fuck greenlit this? And who thought this what the audience want? Oh, we're saying that again. So Dave Jaffe is saying, hey, this is what nobody asked for. Nobody asked for this. Why did you make this game? Damn. Jaffe also went on to say that the production quality is not good. Damn. Comparing it to a game like Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound, and Neon Inferno, which are all like those like 2D type of game. Damn. Okay. So the series creator released a 32-minute video. Sheesh. Echoing the sentiments expressed in his previous video. In this new video, he critiques the gameplay using clips from the title. It's evident that the creator is dissatisfied with this installment, particularly because he feels like the character of Kratos, beloved by fans, is not accurately represented Instead, players are presented with a different character. Damn. I don't know if I want to watch this whole 32-minute video, but clearly he's upset. And like I said, I understand when like you made something, you're so passionate about it, everyone else cares, you literally have a community, and like you stop making the game, it still gets passed on to somebody else, and then they create something totally different, maybe not even consult you on what to do with the next iteration of the game, and you're just like, I hate it. So again, I can't say that everything that he's saying is valid, but I can't take away from his overall feelings when this is literally what you made. So it is what it is, man. But it sucks to hear that, you know, the OG creator of the game is like, nah, that ain't it. I don't know what the hell y'all did. So it sucks. All right, Rikage, I appreciate you. See, I can see both sides. I get from artist perspective at the same time. One of your artists say the same, can't hear his girl. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that there has to be some changes that need to be done. And again, I love the reboot, and I think that the majority of the people that love God of War did enjoy the reboot. After initially crapping on it, because I remember when they were like, "Oh man, Kratos is soft," but then they ended up loving it. So yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence about like how I feel about it, but I can't take away how David Jaffe feels about it. So yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is.